Today's country and your all-time favorites, 95.1 The Bull, 8:34 here on the Morning Roundup. It's time for a community conversation brought to you by Floyd County Medical Center, online at fcmc.us.com. Joining me here in the bullpen this morning, I have Chickasaw County Sheriff Ryan Shawver joining me. Ryan, it's been a pleasure so far. Been chatting with you for a couple of weeks here. And, of course, right off the bat, congrats on winning with Fuel the Fire Back the Blue a couple of weekends ago. That was fantastic.
It was a good time, Rob. Great event out there.
Outstanding.
Yeah, thanks for having me here this morning. Yeah, it was a great time out there. We held our own.
You were hoofing it with the relay races. With the dummy there.
My quad still hurt.
Well, you get to kick back, relax, sit in the chair here, and we'll talk about things coming up here. Of course, back to school season. We're right on that tip right there in the next week. Week and a half.
Yeah. We've got several schools within the county that are starting school here. We're about a week early, but we want to get things out there so people are aware of what's going on. New Hampton School starts on the 23rd, along with Turkey Valley. Sumner Fred starts the 23rd. And they also start on the 24th. They kind of got a split start date there. And then National Plainfield starts on the 23rd. So next week, next Thursday, there's going to be a lot of activity around that people probably aren't used to.
So what do we need to prepare for with back to school, getting back in session here?
Yeah, definitely. You'll see a lot of those school buses out there. When those stop signs go out and those lights come on, people stop. That's all I can say is just stop. That's one thing we take very seriously here in this county. And I think statewide, most law enforcement agencies do that. Those schools report people that don't stop for those stop signs or do run through them. Even when the flashing yellow comes on, take that extra minute and a half, whatever it might take, sit back, enjoy the view behind the school bus in front of it. We do prosecute those. There's kind of a zero tolerance in our office for those. So we do our best. There's lots of cameras on those buses that are going to catch your license plates and even potentially someone driving. So just takes extra time. That's a big thing for us, a very important thing. Along with that, you're going to have a lot of new drivers out there. Kids getting their school permits, going to school for the first time, driving by themselves for the first time. So be very cautious and aware that there's a lot of young, maybe inexperienced drivers out there. Those of us that think we're experienced drivers, maybe we're not the best. So make sure that you're more aware. And if you think that you have got the right of way, maybe just take an extra split second to make sure everybody's on the same page when you're at uncontrolled intersections or even controlled intersections.
Speaking with Chickasaw County Sheriff Ryan Shawver joining us here this morning on the Morning Roundup, 95.1 The Bull. Mentioning with back to school, of course, you mentioned with the new drivers and inexperienced drivers, there's a lot of distractions out there that it could just take one split second and then you have an unfortunate accident that happens right in front of the school.
Oh, correct. We've all got these cell phones now, all these technology in the vehicles that we Bluetooth our phones to, and you take your eyes off the road for that split second, and that's when things happen. We're going to have a lot of kids that participate in extracurricular activities, whether it's sports, dance, cheer, music, band, whatever it might be. Their practices early in the mornings, late at night. They don't get back from events till late at night. So they're going to be out there morning, afternoon, and at night. So just be aware that there's more traffic out there than what's normal.
Now, for like any additional tips and things to keep in check, whether it be for the new drivers or even for the experienced drivers for that matter, any sources of reference that we can maybe look up and maybe refresh our minds on that we can look up there?
Yeah, there's always the DOT's got good information on their website. The state DOT website's always a good one to go to for information like that. You got questions, call our office. We'll be happy to answer any questions. If we don't know, we'll find out. Call the school, say, is there any activities coming up I need to be aware of, and see what's going on there. We've got, this time of year, corn's getting tall at the intersections. It's not quite harvest season yet. A lot of uncontrolled intersections. We did get some nice timely rains over the weekend, so the dust is a little bit down, but it's not going to take long for that dust to kick back up. Controlled intersection or non-uncontrolled intersection, just take the time, slow down, stop, and look both ways. You're going to notice there's a lot of activity in the northern part of the county with the wind farm going up, a lot of big equipment coming in. The parts for the wind turbines are coming in. A lot of things that this county is frankly not used to seeing, but we've got Blattner Energy does a great job up there. They've got things under control. So you're going to see a lot more of that stuff coming in. So just be cautious when you're traveling in that portion of the county.
We have Chickasaw County Sheriff Ryan Shawver joining us once again this morning on Morning Roundup, 95.1 The Bull. Back to school, lots of different activities happening there. And of course, I know we'll have on the horizon more on that jail study that will be coming up here very soon. I've heard that.
Yeah, there's it's set for the board supervisors meeting today at 10:30. Samuel's group's going to be here to present what they were asked to do probably mid-April, which is to take a look at our current facility. Could that be renovated, added on to maybe meet the needs of what the state's asking us to do as far as jail housing or a holding facility for us? So yeah, tune in today at the 10:30. I think when we're scheduled to be on the agenda, and they'll be here to present those numbers and what their findings were on that. So there'll be more to come with that, I would think, in the next few weeks and months.
And I assume, with our news director, Mark Pitts, he'll be following up with us, with you guys on the situation as it progresses.
Yes, definitely.
So further information, Ryan, on, any one of those topics we discussed or any general information questions, how can we get a hold of you?
You can call our office at 641-394-3121, and they'll get messages to me. My email is r.shawver, that's SHAWVER, at Chickasaw County, all spelled out, .iowa.gov. Give us a call or email me at any time. What's one last thing with the kids walking in town? I mean, a lot of kids walking. I think they're still doing that school bus, the walking school bus here in New Hampton, which is a great thing. Be aware, these kids are excited to get to school. Some of them, maybe not the older ones at the high school so much, but these younger kids are excited to get to school. So they might not be paying attention when crossing the road. Just make sure that they see you when you're going to go through an intersection. So walking, on bikes, skateboards, scooters, you name it. Just be cautious.
Again, eliminate all the distractions. Actively be aware when you're close to the school zone there, because I know I can't speak on behalf of my son, but sometimes he's such a bright-eyed kid, he will just dart straight for the school.
Yeah.
Right ahead.
Back in the age when they like to go to school. I've got a couple of kids that
I'm amazed.
A little older. They're not huge, very excited to get back to school.
I wish I had that kind of enthusiasm for school when I was younger. I mean, it was just kind of like, oh, we got to learn again. Can't wait to get out of school. Yep. And then go outside or go play on the old PlayStation.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah,
but final words as we part ways this morning, Ryan?
Just like you said, Rob, take away the distractions. That's the biggest thing. Look out for these kids. Take that extra time, take that extra few minutes, leave a little earlier if you need to for work, for school, whatever that might be. So I got to put in a plug here. I'm the vice president of Booster Club here for the Chickasaws. We've got Meet the Team night this Thursday. So everybody come out there, have a great meal, meet the team, meet the athletes, and see what the Chickasaw fall season is going to be all about.
We'll definitely follow up with the boosters, of course, here as we get the weeks roll on. Of course, we mentioned just before we jumped on there, another month here, we've got homecoming just around the corner. So
definitely. Yes, for sure. And that goes out for the Turkey Valley Trojans, Sumner Fredericksburg Cougars, and National Plainfield Huskies. Get out there and support your local teams.
And of course, we are your home for the Chickasaws. I know Jason is itching to get back on with Nick Knowles. So Friday, August 25th, season opener. And of course, you want to catch the Huskies. Sister station 95.9 KCHA-FM. We'll be covering that, I think, next week, Thursday. They're kicking off for their season. So Chickasaw County Sheriff Ryan Shawver joined us this morning here on the Morning Roundup. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Rob. It's great.
Absolutely. Our community conversation, once again, brought to you by Floyd County Medical Center, online, fcmc.us.com. Our conversation will be posted online after 9 at 951thebull.com.